Two brothers are here to give you the cheat codes to inspire you to find your way out of that box, that cube, that ceiling. And they are here to get you out of your grind on the 9 to grind. 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 The 9 to grind.
This is the 9 to Grind show. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we want to talk to you about your dream job versus your real job. What was your last real job? What was you doing?
My last real job?
Yeah.
The job that I'm doing now.
What's that?
Working in executive search.
Okay.
Principal consultant.
Okay.
And also doing the trade that I'm doing at the moment. So
Okay.
pivoting in can't get my words out. Pivoting into construction.
Yeah, it's very real, right?
Very real.
What about your dream? if I could hand you your dream job today.
So what we're asking? What did I want to be as a kid? Growing up. Because that's
All right then, yeah. Let's phrase it like that then. When you were a little boy, growing up, what did you want to be?
I think growing up, my goal was, and this was all before social media and everything else, giving the age away a little bit, but I always wanted to be a footballer.
Okay.
Because that's what I'd done.
Yeah.
I played ball.
Yeah.
My dad played at a semi-pro to a high level. You know what my dad's like, scout, football coach.
Yeah.
Looked like that PE teacher. I was on that, scrubbing my
Man,
boots.
Adidas Sambas for days.
Yeah, he still wears Adidas Sambas, you know that?
Yeah,
That one there,
Adidas Sambas for days.
Yeah.
You know that, dude.
And I grew up around a lot of ballers, Sturridge, like a few players like that were coming through, so I seen it and I was around that. So, but there was no social media, so there was no influence really on that. So I was like, I'm gonna be a footballer.
Okay.
But that wasn't really my dream job. I think that was more my dad's dream, if I'm completely honest. But my dream probably would have been something to do with music, as I was involved in music growing up. So I think, yeah, probably would have been my dream job. And I would say fashion, because I like to look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So, yeah.
So then, when you look at your real job, so you say fashion, footballer, you like to be seen. That
No, I didn't like to be
No,
seen.
but a footballer is someone
Now
that's
it was,
seen.
but back then,
And fashion, so I'm picturing like Dwight York.
Andy Cole, but not Dwight York.
Dwight York was a
That's
footballer.
disrespect, man.
High fashion, my guy. Come on, don't act like he wasn't. He was.
Yeah, he was.
So like I'm picturing
Yeah,
like
Jordan and that.
Yeah. So I'm picturing that kind of footballer in that era. The Beckhams, you know, like looking at a Beckham wanting to be all golden balls and like.
More like Ronaldo, Arnold.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Andy Cole, that's who I looked up to when I was younger. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do as a dream job. But the reality is, you see how much people play ball. The chances of actually making it are very slim.
Very slim.
I'll be honest with myself, I wasn't at that level where I could have played elite football, and you have to have that reality check.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Boy, as a kid, there was a few that I was interested in, and my family made me know very quickly, you can't be that.
Wow.
One of them, I wanted to be a pilot. One of them, I just wanted to fly. I feel like
Bougie.
yeah, it's not bougie. I feel like being a pilot would allow you just to see the world, and you know, you're constantly seeing new things, different things, things that the average individual just doesn't get to see.
I get that.
And the other job that I wanted to do as a kid, and I think it never got beat out of me, but trust me, by the time I was 8, 9, I knew very much that I couldn't be that.
Yeah.
Police officer. Yeah. Bad for that.
Not where we're from.
No.
That's wild.
Of course, where we're from. If you knew my well, not if you know, you do know. But my dad, my family members, it was just always going to be not round here. You're not going to be that round here.
Not even your dad round the man. What you mean?
Yeah. But at that stage, I never had man them. It was just me as a kid in my bubble thinking, what do I want to be when I'm older? And that was from a childhood age. Once I was teens, it was very much, and my mum could vouch for this. My mum used to work in clerical, so office work, and I used to touch type. So she got me a program on my PC. You remember Windows 95? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a Hewlett Packard. Oh, yeah, I never get I had a Hewlett Packard PC.
A big back
and we had Solitaire, Minesweeper.
Yeah.
And my mum brought
battleships and
And my mum brought a package for it that allowed me to basically touch type, and it would count how many words I'd type in a minute.
Yeah.
And I got up to 69 words a minute at a young age, probably like 13, 14, with my mum being in office for Birmingham Social Services. I then wanted them to work in an office. My thing was, I want to wear a suit and I want to be important.
I was just going to say that. Is that because growing up, that's what success looked like when you was in your suit and tie?
Yeah.
And I suppose going into recruitment, we both had that, where we had to be clean shaven, suit and tie on point,
every day.
Yeah, well groomed, put together. That's what success looks like when you're a child, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially, like I say, when I come from the background that I come from, where you've got one road and you've got another road, and on this road you can just see all the possibilities of, if you work hard and do well, what you could do for yourself and how you could provide for your family. And I believe that I've done that because my last real job was as a director in a recruitment firm. So I think I really did embody what I...
Yeah, because I want to touch on that. So how did that actually turn out then? So we've heard your dream.
Yeah.
But the reality is, how did that turn out?
Well, I ain't flying anywhere today.
I know you ain't flying.
I ain't flying nowhere.
Pigs don't fly.
So it's like, I don't personally, obviously, well, I never achieved the dream in that aspect. But I'm happy with what I've done. I view myself as successful.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do in this day and age, because we're always striving for the next thing. We're always trying to be better than we were yesterday, and there's nothing wrong with that. I always say 1% better than yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like I hit the pinnacle of
what you were doing that industry.
And to like, where you wearing an office suit? What are you doing to wear the office suit? Am I a lawyer? No, I'm not. I worked in a sales industry, and I climbed that corporate ladder. So I feel like I was very successful in the revised version of what I wanted to be when I grew up, if that makes sense.
The way I look at it, like, success looks different to everyone.
100%.
What you might deem a success and what I might see as success, it's completely two different things.
Yeah, two different things.
And there's no right or wrong to it. It's your journey, it's your movie, it's your life, really. And I think as a kid, you have these dreams and aspirations, and sometimes family members, friends, people can tell you that it's unachievable. But I think for me, I look at, likewise, similar route, but I look at what I've achieved so far. I'm not at my pinnacle, but I feel like I have been successful, because we look at where we come from and some of the odds that were stacked against us, especially in school. Our schools are down the road from each other. We both picked up our GCSEs on the same day. We sat on the same, looked at them together, and we was like, what next? And I think a lot of people probably doubted us, and the expectation, because of our surroundings and the people that we were with and where we grew up, was, this is the road, this is that route that they're going to take. And I can understand to an extent why. But I always believed in myself.
100%.
I'm wonderful.
100%.
Like, no one can't tell me what I can and can't
I look
do.
at it like I'm my dad's child. And I know
born
that,
hustlers.
That is what it is.
And our dads were the same. My dad was selling those DVDs. So my dad sold anything that wasn't nailed to the floor, and what he could sell, you get me? He was selling snow to Eskimos and firing house. So I seen, I was in the car like selling videos and all them things. Then we just grew up with that mindset. So I suppose going into to recruitment almost felt like natural progression, and you played a massive part in me going into recruitment.
Respect.
You seen me selling everything, do you get what I mean? And taking the wrong routes, working in an environment where I was exceeding expectations and smashing and really not really reaching my potential. And you said, Stevie, come get a job in recruitment, what are you doing?
Yeah, I did.
And I was like, can I do that? And I remember my first interview, the suit was baggy, it didn't fit properly. I went in there, I sold I didn't talk like this.
And these guys used to laugh at me.
Yeah,
they used to laugh at me.
But the difference is, the funny thing, Daniel was different, so we're on the ends, do you get what I mean? Daniel used to come out and say, "Hi guys," like, he was like Barney the dinosaur. He was all like, "Who's this guy?" You get what I mean? And obviously,
I was learning.
You was learning.
I was learning.
Yeah, and your mentor was a bit.
Yeah,
at the time.
I was learning how to adapt to different rooms.
Yeah, and it was different. Coming back to the end, but don't get me wrong, we worked in different environments.
Yeah.
And when I stepped into that environment, I realized, okay, cool, this is how people act to make money. So I ain't gonna lie, when I used to put on that money voice, and I used to talk to them clients, they didn't know my ethnicity or anything, because
they're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to.
So yeah, and I think where we've reached and what we've achieved so far, because we've got a lot more to come.
Of course.
It's been a massive success because we're alive and kicking.
Yeah.
We've got people around us that no longer with us for different reasons. Yeah. And we got a lot of friends that took different routes, that we all grew up together, and it's a completely different outcome. So
do you know, it's funny because, as you know, we've both been in this corporate space for our whole careers. We're pivoting into this space, and it's actually quite interesting how many people sound like they support, but I always listen to the tone, or the immediate questioning of something that said. Point in case, for example, "Oh, Dan, so you've left recruitment. What are you gonna do now?" When I'm going into podcasting and social media, the first question I normally get on the back of that is,
let me guess,
how do you monetize that?
How are you going to make money?
And don't get me wrong, for me, this is a purpose-led thing. It's not, we've not built this out with a financial goal, with a financial plan.
Yeah.
It's been more about creating what we want to create for the people, by us. Yeah. And when I hear that, I always sit there and I end the conversation, because I feel like those people don't really want to know.
I think
what they're interested in is the numbers.
The numbers.
And they also look at us as we're taking a risk that they won't take.
Exactly, because
they won't take that risk.
And this leads into my next question perfectly to you. Why do you think people are stuck in their jobs today?
I feel like, again, I couldn't give you this is just my opinion. It's not a theory.
It's not
just
fact.
It's not a fact.
But I'm asking your opinion.
I feel that we're creatures of habit. And as creatures of habit, we would rather do what's easy than do something that actually excites us but creates a bit of fear. Us doing this is putting ourselves out there. It's completely different to everything we've done before, but we're not afraid of doing that.
And I think sorry to cut you, but the feedback that I've received is that a lot of people are very positive, but it's almost like, you're brave to do that. Yeah. Like, how could you do that?
How could you do that?
Yeah, like, are you not? And sometimes people think too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
And I think one thing between me and you that we share, and we've always had it, we don't care what anyone else thinks. Like, I'll be honest, like, I'm not going to lose sleep.
Do you know what? I think every time I've had a question about how we monetize this, immediately I've gone into that. You're not actually for us.
Yeah, of course.
You're not for us.
It's not supposed to be.
What you should be questioning me on is, what are you going to talk about?
Yeah.
How many episodes are you going to do? What's the average running time of an episode?
Yeah.
Who's your co-host? Who's your editor?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know, nobody's asking me that. What they're asking me is, are you going to make money out of it?
Are you going to make money?
And I get it. I get it. It's almost like self-projection.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But it is a mindset.
100%.
And it is a mindset, and I think when people like to complain about scenarios and situations, especially within work, could be in life, relationships, or whatever. But the truth is, the way I look at it is, what are you actually doing to change that situation, your circumstances?
Yeah.
And again, one thing I know about both of us is that we're fearless.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that what we're doing now and what we've achieved so far, no one believed as 16-year-olds leaving school, doing all the stuff that we're doing. We've done the roads, we've done whatever, we weren't polished, but to achieve what we've achieved already, we've already exceeded many people's expectations of us.
100%.
And we've gone above and beyond. And to me, I always knew that. I know you always knew. You feel it inside.
Yeah,
but sometimes you can listen to other people and they will tell you what they think.
Do you know, I felt it early. I feel like at 60, you can vouch for me in this.
Yeah, of course.
From our group of friends, I was probably one of the first ones to just distance myself.
Yeah.
Not because you weren't my friends, just because you guys weren't ever, at that point, my friends weren't going to pay my bills. My friends weren't going to buy me clothes. My friends weren't going to buy me trainers. Yeah. And there was only one, only I was responsible for that.
Of course it is.
So it took a lot of, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Bravery to actually
just
leave.
to dig deep and say, yo, I'm not seeing my friends for a month or two because I need to build myself.
But you know what they say about eagles and pigeons? Pigeons flock, eagles don't.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's the difference. When you know in yourself that you no longer fit in to the crowd that you're in and you outgrow certain people, you have to make difficult decisions. And that causes jealousy and envy. You've seen it with me, through going out, like just moving differently. People feel aware about it.
Yeah.
But you have to do what's right for you.
And some people stay stuck in that rut, which leads us on quite aptly to the next point. When it comes to work, why do you think people stay in their jobs?
Because people get complacent and it's comfortability.
Okay.
And I personally believe, and like I said, it's my opinion, it's not a fact, but I've seen it within workplaces and working within the recruitment industry for so long. People stop believing that they can go and do these more senior jobs or fulfill their dreams because they're in a position where they're caught up in a rat race, they've got bills to pay. There's a cost to everything. And finding time, it could be being a single parent and you've got the kids to feed and you don't have that luxury to go and try and chase that dream. But what lockdown showed is if you focus on yourself and locking, how many millionaires were made within lockdown? It was a record high. That was because people were at home and they were being creative. Like one of my best friends, he's a barber. Most people look at barbers as you just standing up in the shop, trimming man's head all day.
Yeah. Not him. He's flying all over the world.
If I phone him now, he's in Milan cutting footballers. And that's just a mindset because he believed he was not the average barber.
The average guy.
When he was saying, listen, I want bookings because I don't want man sitting in a shop for 4 or 5 hours waiting for a trim. Bring your packed lunches because they're in there that long. And I just chatting. You know what barber shops are like. You're in there for hours.
Yeah.
You misses, so you people have to ask you how long you're going to be. He said, let's implement slots. And no one believed it. Then he did it.
And everybody does.
And then when he was cutting footballers, no one believed he could cut footballers and make money. Now they fly him out to do that. And it's just a mindset. And that's just one example.
Yeah.
And I think when you believe in yourself, and you block out the noise and stop listening to other people and you take yourself out of that comfort zone, which feels uncomfortable, that's where you see the most growth.
That's where you see magic happen.
If that was me, I would have sat selling like mobile phone handsets in a call centre.
Or insurance.
And insurance and all those jobs that we've done. And I've done some horrible jobs. We're going to touch on that in a bit. But I think that's why people get stuck, because it's that risk. And it's listening to other people saying, you can't do that.
Also, do you think there's that little voice in their own head that says, oh, you're not young enough, you're too old? So like, do you think that a lot of people, due to mortgages, due to responsibilities, do you feel that they stay in their roles because they feel that the time for them to pivot has passed?
Yeah, 100%. Time is everything.
Yeah.
Like making time to do this podcast when we both have lives, we've got our children, our families, other commitments. It takes a lot of time. Going to do your degree takes a lot of time.
100%.
Some people think 4 years in university or going to study for a qualification is a long time. But 4 years flies. Like it goes so quickly.
Yeah.
And I think the education system's partly to blame because at school they don't teach you to be an entrepreneur or to think outside of the box. They are preparing you to go and do a 9 to 5 and
Clock
I
in,
don't
clock
believe,
out.
Clock in, clock out, that mentality. Even the way you sit in the classroom.
Stand by the bell. Line
Wait
up
for the
against
bell.
the wall.
You're all programmed.
Cafeteria. Well, it's almost like jail.
But the way I look at it, and it is like jail. It's that mentality.
It's like jail.
It is not. But I ain't been
When
jail.
you think
But
about
it's
this,
not.
I've never been jail, but I just think I can only imagine. You get up and move to a bell.
Yeah.
Queue for everything, even your food.
Exactly.
Even to get into a room, you
get an hour.
You get
half an hour.
It's all time allocated. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate they're imparting what they would refer to as knowledge. But I mean, I don't know, and I get it. If I was an astronaut scientist or a forensic, then Pythagoras' theorem at some point would have played a vital part in my life. But to this day, it hasn't. But they test you on that, and they don't teach you about credit scores, which I find crazy.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it, and what I teach my son, is like, you can't expect a teacher to teach you something there will never be and they know nothing about.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to any teachers out there, because I don't want them to come at me in the comments.
Yeah.
But you have a responsibility as a parent. And I believe that's probably where our parents might have let us down, is because their mentality was to go out and just go and work 10 times harder.
Correct.
Well,
that's what we were told.
Yeah, that we were told.
10 times
and
harder.
go and get a job.
Yeah. We were told, don't play computer, get off the computer.
Yeah.
Now, gaming industry.
Exactly.
Is worth billions.
People are asking you, can you make money from podcasts?
Yeah.
Look at Shits and Gigs. My cousin does Shits and Gigs.
Yeah.
Like, look at all these other podcasts that are out there that do really well. Yeah. And I know, like, those are people that had got fed up with that 9 to 5.
Took a risk.
Took a risk. Social media, there's money in everything. Yeah. You don't even have to be on social media. If you want to be a barber, if you want to make cakes, if you want to be a cleaner, the cleaning industry is a multi-million pound. Natural hair products and facial and beauty aesthetics. Booming. People are making money from it. Yeah. You want to buy and sell anything. I make so much money from buying and selling. Sky is the limit. You can do anything you want.
Yeah. And
I believe that your manager will never pay you enough for you to live next door to them. And that's what I tell myself. Your manager is never going to pay you enough for you to be their next door neighbour. Just remember that.
That's interesting. Of course. That's interesting. I like that saying.
And that's how you have to look at it. Yeah. You're working for somebody else that didn't give up on their dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
You're building out their dream ultimately.
And people have said to me, oh, there's loads of podcasts out there.
Yeah.
But Burger King ain't worried about McDonald's. Pepsi's not worried about Coke.
Yeah.
When you drive down the road, how much chicken shops do you see?
Yeah, next to each other.
Barber shops everywhere.
All of them sell chicken and chips.
But it's the mindset that you tell yourself, oh, I can't do it. And then you lie to yourself and you make up excuses. And I think this is why people are stuck in that mindset.
Yeah.
And they don't want to take the risk, even though they are skilled and you have natural talents. But yeah. But let me ask you something. Do you think it's ever too late to pivot?
No.
To move, to change?
No.
Make a change?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I can admit
Why did you know? Yeah.
Because I'd been in the corporate space for so long.
Yeah.
And I'd achieved directorship level, which from people from our background in the top 100 was kind of unheard of. And I felt like losing it or giving it up was a sign of failure. That's what I thought. And then when I sat down and actually thought about it in its entirety, I thought, actually, you can't take away my accolades. You can't take away my achievements.
Exactly.
I've won a Black Talent Award. I've won a Lord Mayor's Award. There's things that I've won that, no matter what, you can't reverse that time.
Do you just have lunch with the King at a garden party the other day?
Sorry, I was at Buckingham Palace just the other day having King at the King's garden party.
Give yourself your flowers.
Yeah, you know what? It's thank you. I appreciate. Let me clap for that. Let me clap for me.
Look where we come from.
You know what?
From red bricks from Lagos to Buckingham Palace. Listen, and that's what we don't do enough.
Yeah, we don't because we downplay our achievements, and you know, it's something that I've admittedly got to get better at. I think. Because we're in the middle of a pivot, it's like everything's new, everything's exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking back at what I've done, I'm looking forward at what I'm about to do and what we're about to achieve. And I do feel that, you know, as we grow, as we become more and more experienced in this podcasting world, that we will achieve accolades in this field. I do believe that, because we don't do things by halves. In everything we've done, we've been successful.
Exactly.
So, do I believe that success will find us again here? 100% I do. Do I expect success overnight? Not at all. And this is more about, like I said, what we can give to people. That again creates a community for all of us to benefit and thrive.
Exactly. And you only fail when you give up.
Exactly that.
And it's all about consistency.
Correct.
And like you rightly said, like, I don't think I failed at anything when I really think about it. If I put my mind to something, and that's just my mentality, I'm going to make it happen. And it's consistency, and it's having that belief when everyone tells you can't and it's not going to work, or you're too old to do stuff. And I lied to myself. So you and Shaq would be like, yo, Steve, why don't you put out some music? What do I say to you?
Yeah.
I'm too old. I'll pass the torch to my son. But the truth
can't wait
is,
for him to drop either.
When he drops. But and I do believe it's not like football. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So certain spaces, it may have an age restriction and a time limit on it.
Yeah.
But I think what we're doing now in the space that we're in, like, it's never too late.
No.
And I think what we benefit from now is having all this wealth of experience and this knowledge that we can go out and share. We are credible.
Yeah.
We're not someone that's just gone on and chat and AI and just looked at this and thought, oh, we're going to talk about this. We're actually talking from life experiences, from the heart, and this is genuine, it's authentic.
It's authentic.
You get what I mean? There's no, I've been a bit filtered, I'm trying to hold it down because I don't want to get us cancelled, but you know how it is. But I think we come from a place where for the next generation or the generation before us, we want to inspire people to actually believe that, yo, I know them. We can do this.
Or we can relate.
And we can relate to them. Yeah.
And, you know, I think, as you just said, being relatable is the biggest part.
Of course. Being authentic as well.
Yeah, and never too far removed. Too far removed. That's why I always say boots on the ground are important.
Yeah, of course.
It's important that as much as we can talk on here, when we're out in the community, we're doing what we can with the people.
Yeah.
If somebody stops you and says, "Oh, can I have some advice?" You give them that. As I mentioned in episode 1, I've spent many years being a coach and a mentor. I've gone into schools. I do work experience talks. I've done talks at theatres to year 11 students about to leave into the working world. I genuinely believe I'm passing on the knowledge and what we know. And, you know, when I think about the age we are, I've seen a lot. I know what pays well. I know what doesn't pay well. I know what jobs are fun or look fun or seem fun. And even now, whilst we're doing this, what job would I do if money wasn't an object? I've thought about it like, what job would I, if it wasn't about the money and it was just about fun and sheer enjoyment, the kind of person I am, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I like talking to people. I feel like my perfect job would be like, like a stadium announcer at like, like at Old Trafford. Yeah. Welcome to the ground, everybody. I feel like that job would be fun because you're just talking and presenting people, and they call it the voice of God. So you know when you go into an award ceremony, you hear, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen," like that.
Look, are you trying to audition now?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to audition.
I see. You see what it's doing. Mind games, you know.
Any agents out there, listen. I got the voice.
Yeah.
But the voice of God, and you know, I've got to shout out one individual who wanted to give me the opportunity to do it 2 years ago. It was very last minute, so it never quite came around. But the voice of God is, I like that. I think it's, yeah. I like potentially introducing things.
Yeah, you do have that.
Do you know what I mean? You hear me before you see me.
That's what I was just going to say.
You hear me before you see me. So because you hear me before you see me, that's what I feel like. I would have a lot of fun introducing teams, people, awards, events, things like that. What about you?
Me personally, I love the motor industry, so cars is my things, not bikes, too dangerous. So doing gumball challenges, like being invited to driving experiences, going around, just reviewing and giving my personal opinions on upcoming cars and the old school cars as well. Like what Matt Armstrong does, finding crash damaged cars, restoring them, anything like that. Definitely my bag.
Cool. My people, please, in the comments, tell us what you're currently doing and tell us what your dream job would be. Keep it PC, of course. Yeah, we will have moderators in the chat.
No bunny blues.
But yeah, as always, this is the 9 to Grind show.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share and subscribe. Oh.